For 2-3 here at Indy with Kimi Räikkönen, just 11 seconds now behind Frentzen and 15 behind Heidfeld. So the main interest for the rest of this Grand Prix is going to be twofold. Can Räikkönen haul in the Saubers, take the second place that he needs in order for the championship to go on to Suzuka, or can Juan Montoya get 2 more places, which would take it to Suzuka from his point of view as well? Lap 51, Schumacher leads Heidfeld and Frentzen with Räikkönen fourth. Mesmerising American Grand Prix at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. James Allen and Martin Brundle with you, and the news is that Kimi Räikkönen is up into third place because Nick Heidfeld has just pitted in the Sauber, and Räikkönen now closing down Heinz-Harald Frentzen. 2.4 seconds is the gap, and to take this World Championship on to the final round in Suzuka in 2 weeks' time, Räikkönen needs to get in front of Frentzen. That's the quest here as Ralph Furman shakes his head and climbs out of a Jordan, which looks like the left front wheel is slightly bent.
He had an incident on the first lap where he broke the nose quite badly. Wonder if he actually had suspension trouble there as well, a knock on the suspension that's finally hurt him later in the Grand Prix. Difficult to know when it's got a little bit of steering log on with the geometry of a Formula 1 car. The inside wheel does turn a little bit further, but I agree with you, James, it did look a little bit askew there. Räikkönen, it is now definitely starting to rain, just a little, well, spitting down, rain's the wrong word, but a bit of moisture once again coming out of the sky. I still think Räikkönen's got to stop again, James. I'll be surprised if he can get all the way to the end of the race with what looked like a 6.7 fuel, plus whatever he'd got in the tank when he stopped. We've still got 20 laps to go. That's, you know, that's more than they did in the first stint before they made a pit stop. Of course, they've changed their strategies as the afternoon has gone on, but that is Räikkönen with Frentzen. Räikkönen 9/10ths faster than Frentzen that time around. 20 laps to go. If he can maintain that pace, it'll be nip and tuck at the end, if indeed he does have to stop again.
And I wonder whether Frentzen has to stop again as well. That's the battle. It's going to be absolutely crucial to the outcome of the World Championship, certainly as far as this Grand Prix is concerned. And we're about to have a battle royal for second place here. Now, you will recall that Michael Schumacher found it very, very easy to get past Heinz-Harald Frentzen earlier on in the Grand Prix. Will Kimi Räikkönen find it equally easy?
Well, Fisichella certainly not helped Frentzen at all at this moment, and Frentzen should be having the benefit of blue flags, and Fisichella should be out of his face right now, letting him get on with it. Where are the blue flags? The wave blue flags, it says, for car 21. That's DeMatta somewhere else on the racetrack. And Frentzen will need to drill that Jordan down into turn 1. Otherwise, Raikkonen will have the pair of them.
Here he comes then, he's in the slipstream as they go down towards turn 1. He goes for the inside line, it's the damp line. Can he make the braking work for him? Can he get second place? Yes, he can. That was pretty straightforward for Kimi Raikkonen, and the horsepower of the Mercedes-Benz engine and the pure commitment of Kimi Raikkonen takes him up into second place. And if it finishes like this, we are going on to Suzuka to decide the World Championship.
Well, the crucial thing is, I'd be amazed if Sauber didn't fuel both their cars to the end of the race, James. Heidfeld is 22 seconds behind Raikkonen, so he's kind of a little bit out of the frame, really. It's between Raikkonen and Frentzen. Surely Frentzen was fueled to the end. Was Raikkonen? That's the big question left open this afternoon. The reliability of Michael Schumacher up front is the only thing I think can stop him winning the Grand Prix now. And here we see it from another angle, and onto the dirty side and the slightly damp side of the track. But it was dry as they hit the braking zone, and he got a double toe down there. 2 cars punching a hole in the air in front of him, and he really did get tremendous straight line speed as Michael Schumacher puts another lap on the Minardi. Ted.
Well, Martin, we down in the pits aren't sure whether Raikkonen has to come in again, but here are the facts that McLaren are telling us, unsurprisingly. They don't want to give anything away to any of their rivals, but here are the facts. Every time he came in to change tyres, he did add a little bit of fuel. It wasn't much, but it was enough. Point 2, he did save fuel. He would have been able to save fuel while running in the wet conditions. And point 3, the fueler, forklift, when the fuel stops are finished, he normally takes his helmet off. The helmet is still on.
Yeah, I think they might need what they call a splash and dash towards the end, but who knows. As it was all out of kilter, pit stops going on everywhere, they would put fuel in, but you don't just carry fuel for the fun of it. It costs you too much. The penalty is too high, so they wouldn't want to hold their man up by just throwing fuel at it because they got the time to do so as they were changing the tyres. But we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Raikkonen has just got to nail it. Interestingly, 1.6 seconds quicker than Frentzen that time around. That's what he's got to do. He's just got to be so fast, doesn't matter whether he's got to pit again or not.
Lap 57 at Indianapolis. Jenson Button's car there on the left of your screen, parked up. He was leading this Grand Prix. He was on for a podium position in second place, but then the car packed up and he had to trudge disconsolately back. That's the margin then. You've just seen Michael Schumacher go through the screen. And there is the 20-second gap to Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen not really thinking about trying to win this Grand Prix, thinking more in terms of maintaining the crucial second position. If he does have to make another splash and dash pit stop, that will cost him. And he's got to put some daylight between himself and the 2 Saubers, Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Nick Heidfeld. They're 3rd and 4th at the moment. 5th then is Jarno Trulli in the Renault. 6th is Fisichella, looking good for some more points for Jordan. His only points so far this season have been from that win at the Brazilian Grand Prix way back in April. And Montoya is in 7th place after such a topsy-turvy afternoon for the World Championship contender. Drive-through penalty for causing an incident with Rubens Barrichello, and stuck fuel nozzle in one of his pit stops as well. Pretty much since the start of this Grand Prix, anything that could have gone wrong for Montoya has gone wrong.
Yes, he fell off the track too, came in for tyres too late, tippy-toed around, lost another 20 or 30 seconds, and that could be crucial. He's 31 seconds behind 6th place man Fisichella, catching him at 2 to 3 seconds per lap. He's got a half a chance of snatching 6th if he can really nail it. Montoya now just about equal fastest man on the racetrack. Is it too late to grab another point, which could be so crucial this afternoon?
Certainly could. And I should mention also that Justin Wilson, who we saw earlier on in the top 3 positions, he then dropped out of contention for a while, but he is back up into 8th place for Jaguar, and that's a pretty important drive for him, because he needs to impress the Jaguar bosses in this final few Grand Prix of the season if he is to get a drive for next year. He's on probation, on trial with the team, and so far he's had a pretty frustrating time. Poor reliability and 1 or 2 mistakes have cost him, but Justin Wilson, all those of you out there who invested in him because he has a share scheme where people can sponsor him effectively, well, your investment's not looking too bad at the moment. He's currently in 8th place, just